I swear, dude, they actually. It's botched. The ad skip button is botched.
Top 5 most spoiled, rotten kids who had some insane temper tantrums, and these kids just go absolutely crazy, whether it be at their parents or in a store or something like that. My last video.
Oh my God, me watching him makes you really well play.
Insanely well. It got over 4 million views. It's currently the 3rd biggest video on my channel. So you guys have been asking for a part 2 for a long time, and guess what? We got another collaboration on this one, and this is with the same guy that was on the last one. Go ahead and introduce yourself, you dipshit.
Hey, what's up, guys? Dane Flo here. I'm back for round 2. I'm back for round 2 to help Trent Crave out. You know, celebrity appearances don't happen rare on his channel.
It really sounded like you were about ready to say for the sub intake, the part 2 of the sub intake.
Oh, and it sounds like I just made the same joke from last video, so go fuck yourself.
Wow. Okay. Because last time we did this, you gained a lot of subs. How many subs did you gain exactly?
I get a little over like 5,000. You know, pretty trash for you considering that you have 1 million subs. But you know, I'm pretty happy with that.
Go fucking die. Anyways.
Go up and die. Anyways.
Everyone go over and subscribe to Dane Flo. Leave some stupid comments
Oh my God, that's so great.
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into this top 5. And in the number 5 spot, we got a viral video of a kid throwing a temper tantrum in a car. This just isn't your normal temper tantrum.
He's going literally insane. He's hitting his mom while she's driving the car. Even one time, I think he got even close to the steering wheel. He's pulling on her hair. He's pulling a little.
Oh my God, I remember one of the biggest rages is that back then I didn't like my dad a lot because he used, because you know, back then if you knew, I was kind of a dip, you know what, I was a pretty mean freaking person, and excuse me, and I just made a load of I don't know, anyway, you know, since I was mean to him, he would yell at me, duh, because why would you not yell at the person that's yelling at you? So then I was at State Farm Corporate South, well, the main building for State Farm, and if you don't know, every year they have this massive Christmas tree. I've been in that building like at least 20 times. I don't know where they put that tree when they need to put it down. I don't know where, but this tree's freaking humongous. Anyway, that's not the point of the story, but my dad went into, what's it called? He went into State Farm to help at the celebration, and you know, he was gonna bring me, and I didn't want to go because I didn't really like him back then. Now we have bonded a little bit better, and I wanted my mom to go because, you know, that she was really nice to me. And I had an argument, and I kept kicking on the back of her chair just to go back. I was a pretty piece of crap back then.
He is just out of control.
You know, I always worry about the dentist, but I just gotta think about this. It's better than going to go get blood work. I'm not trying to be a really big chicken, but I do not like blood work. I'm sorry, I just can't. Excuse me, I accidentally ticked and farted in the process. I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
be honest here for a second. Well, this video was back in 2014, right?
Oh my god, like, you know what? Just be happy for what you got. Like, at the time that I'm saying this right now, like, you know, and back in, like, what's it called, 2019 in August, the best iPhone was, I think, the iPhone X, I'm pretty sure. However, I received my mother's iPhone 7. And bruh, the 7 might not be as good, but trust me, I love it, because, hey, my rule is, if it functions good, can communicate and can play games, and record well, that's a good phone. Because I will take almost anything. And trust me, even now, the iPhone 7 is actually a really good phone. So, if you know the Radstorm video, that's the video where I have a Radstorm, that's actually like, that was recorded on my phone. And trust me, maybe one day when I review my video recording methods, I'm gonna compare my iPad's footage to my iPhone, because this thing, my iPad was built in like 2014. Excuse me. But the iPhone was built in 2017.
Times have changed, okay? The iPhone's gotten newer. Right now, I think there's like the iPhone 7 out or something like that. So let me ask you this real quick. If you didn't have any phone right
Here it is. I mean, it's not bad, but it's a good phone, right?
would you be a bit mad? Because, let's be honest.
Heck, this thing is 6 years old, and it's still, you know, like the iPad, bro. Like, why do you even complain? Like, this iPad is 6 years old. The only thing I had to do on it is replace the screen and the battery, which cost about $100. And I don't want to be like flexing, but I'm gonna say like only $100. It could have cost like thousands, like, you know, $500 or like $800. I was actually thinking about buying an iPad mini, but I want to tell you guys, if your iPad Air 2 is like mine would just die at like 10%, and then it would die at 20, and one day on the bus it died at 60. I don't think it dies at 60. I think the energy reading is messed up, because my model can only stand 100 charges, I think. And I was like, wait, hold on, I think it's 500. How many charging cycles can iPad Air 2 take? Pretty sure it's 500. Or 1,000. It takes 1,000. So I was like at least 3. So like if you, well, I was at least 2 times over its charge value. So I was basically killing my iPad very slowly. If you're suffering this problem, you have a bad battery. I live, you know, near Bloomington. I went to Bloomington Gadgets. Thanks to those guys, I fixed it up. They did perfect on it. They fixed my iPad. They saved me hundreds of dollars. Like, I was getting really upset. Like, I'm like, why is my iPad dying? Like, at 10%. Because I like to use my iPad, because if I don't, I kind of get in trouble. I'm not saying, like, oh, I need the iPad, because I'll get distracted off the people that do bad things, but whatever.
It's very small. It's a very small iPhone.
First off, fuck you. And second of all, I would be a little bit upset about it. But yet again, I learned something valuable in school. Is you get what you get and you don't get upset.
Anyway, so guys,
you don't get it. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit.
like stabilization shit. They use like YouTube's thing to stabilize the video. It makes it retarded. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
But this way you know where it is when you start to mow.
I really want to mow, but I can't because we're suffering from drought. What's our pond level like? Oh wow. The cattails that are submerged in at least 3 to 5 inches of water are dying. They're turning yellow. The grass is turning yellow too. Uh-oh. It's starting to drop. we're suffering from another drought. I'd say from a level 1 to 5, this is starting to become a level 1, and if it continues in 3 weeks, it could be a level 2. In my opinion, I think we went down to a level 3. I think I should classify my droughts as levels. So, level... yeah, I don't know, whatever. But you know it's... once it got... like, here's how our pond was built. I'm sorry if I'm doing this. But, like, our pond was built when it was originally built. So this is like their actual pond. Well, then they actually wanted to expand it by digging a ring around it. So here's how the pond goes. In the deep part, and I'll do the same for the other edge. So I quickly made this horseshoe shape. So I call it the horseshoe. They were trying to extend it, but they couldn't do it because it was flooding. So the horseshoe is basically this rim around my pond, and it got so low once that it exposed it, and within an hour I set up a little miniature rig. And then months later, it floated away and pulled one of 4 of the strictly secure T-posts out of the ground and carried it with it. I'm not even kidding you. My boat, my legit rig. I actually did make a rig, and I took a picture of it. It's probably somewhere on my iPad or my iPhone. But I took a picture of it, and it floated away, and it ripped the T-posts out of the ground with it. Because here's how it was. There was 4 T-posts put into a square, and then there was little metal rings with string attached to them. That string was attached to a handle on the very corner of this platform, and it was screwed down, but I'm not surprised because I've actually, and actually, you know what I did? I actually tied a clip to it so you can actually, I don't think you could, I think you can like unclip it, but eventually these rings would go over these poles and it would secure it. However, it floated away, obviously. Heck, it was so low that you could stand on the rim at one point, and even more was getting exposed. I even went down there and I actually uncovered some tiles, like some clay tiles from like an old pipeline. Because where I'm standing, like 16 years ago, where I'm standing, there was a bean field. We bought it from a farmer, and we transformed it into the very structure I sit in today. At least, I'd say several tons of pine wood, thousands of feet, and about tens of thousands of cubic meters of spruce wood and pine.
What happens, but I'm sorry about that.
So if there's a fire in my house, 95% of it's going down.
Are you mad about getting an iPhone?
It's a phone. Oh, whatever. It's just a phone, my guy.
Is it at least a 3S or is it just a 3? Wait. How old is it? You realize you're crying over a phone?
Number 3, we've got a kid who goes crazy over Pokemon cards. At least that's what the title says. Except in the video, for some reason, it looks like he's holding an action figure, so I don't know why the fuck the title's that. I don't know, I'm not gonna argue with it.
So this kid was all over the fucking place. He was just going insane all over the store. I mean, he was banging his feet against the ground. He was laying on the ground. He was like yanking on his mom, trying to get this action figure. He fucking wanted it super bad.
Well, let's think about this also real quick. It looked like his sister had a couple different things that she was getting, like toys and stuff like that. Like at least 2. And, you know, maybe the kid just wanted at least one thing to go home with himself. And I kind of feel him like that, but what he did in the store was definitely...
By 2050, there will be more plastic than fish in the oceans.
Sure.
Definitely on board.
I wish I was rich. I want to build a sweeper that can go in the oceans of polluted of just dumped out plastic, and I wanna help this world. I wanna help it so much. This world needs more people like me. People that want to heal the world just at least a bit. Put a little band-aid on the world at least, you know? It needs all the good people in this world. So look at that. We don't have to, why would we waste our time? Huh? La 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 la. This is a life hack. Minecraft life hacks that actually work. Use a command block to basically destroy everything. This could have taken hours, but it's only going to take minutes.
Moving on to number 2, we have a spoiled brat that gets a new car for his birthday, and let's just say it wasn't the car he wanted.
Well, it was actually a truck, and this truck had a bunch of graffiti. It was an old piece of shit, and it just wasn't a good truck, to be honest with you. But I mean, in their driveway, they've got a Hummer and a bunch of nice cars and shit like that as well. So this kid was probably expecting something a little bit better.
You know, free car's a free car. You can't really complain about it. You know, if I got a 1968 Toyota Corolla with the bumper dragging behind it, I'll be the happiest kid in the fucking world.
Yeah, that comes from you, who says that he wants his first car to be a goddamn Tesla.
Shut the fuck up. I have standards, okay?
Your standards can go fuck themselves. But this kid, he pretty much just went ahead and went with a baseball bat to this truck and just went absolutely insane. And, you know, it may be fake.
Sorry, house.
I may know whether it's fake or not, but I'm of course not going to tell you because it's up for you to decide.
What do you think it is? I really don't know.
Take a guess.
A car.
So if there's graffiti on it, just paint over it. Go get a custom paint job.
Yeah, but it looks like a retard driving.
No, you won't.
You guys like making me look like a freaking poor kid in front of all my friends.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And in the number 5 spot, we've got a super spoiled girl. You know, I'm not exactly sure what her name is. She's a stage queen, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call her Stacy from now on, because Stacy, she gets whatever she wants when she asks for it. Like, she is the definition of what spoiled is.
So you can't really blame Stacy for getting everything she wants in life. You have to blame her fucking parents. Her parents buy her anything she wants.
Well, they're definitely enablers, and they've kind of turned her into this, like, the lady who just thinks that she can have anything that she wants 100%. And, you know, I mean, it's good and all right now, but she's kind of a bitch.
But you know, when the real world hits her and somebody finally says no to her, she's gonna take it as a fucking blow to like the stomach. She's gonna absolutely be disgusted because everything in life so far she got handed to her, and it's just going perfect right now for her. So when the real world hits her, she's gonna be in for a little bit of a surprise.
In upstate New York, Karen Gustafero's home is a shrine to her beautiful, shiny, sparkling,
Oh God.
10-year-old daughter, the princess of pageantry. Welcome to the stage, Alicia.
If I had one wish to do world peace, that might sound a little corny, but it is the truth. Alicia just has this trouble. I do feel sorry for people that are not gorgeous. My life is probably the one of the most busy life you ever come across in your life. I'm constantly on the run, but I love it.
Alicia likes to be waited on and in front. In the morning, I make Alicia's breakfast. You don't like it? Oh, I'm sorry.
That was not your best cereal.
We never say no to Alicia.
I think I'm at school early. Don't be late. I hate when you're late.
Alicia wants, Alicia gets.
What did you buy me today, Mama?
We keep a Christmas tree year-round because every day is Christmas for our daughter. Oh, that's so cute. Because she's just such a pleasurable child and deserves it. Give her everything she wants. Don't give her any rules. Why upset her?
I am choreless. I feel it is physical labor, and it would suck if I had to do them.
So almost done? Yeah, just about. I do all Alicia's projects, because she doesn't have time with her busy schedule. This is a project that I made for Alicia, and she got 100
Time to make the first sound.
Good work. In school, my nickname is Blondie.
No intelligence detected.
Just joking, my hair.
Those are all clips that I have in today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did,
I hate spoiled kids. They're so horrible.
hey everyone, this is Strickland here. In today's video, we'll be going through the top 5 most spoiled rich kids ever. These kids are completely huddled entitled brats. If kids could have their speak to the manager haircut, these would be them. Before we end the video though, if you guys hate spoiled kids, then make sure to like on this video, and of course, comment down below and tell me if you've ever come across a spoiled kid. Maybe you met some little rich bastard that you absolutely hated. Maybe that kid was you out of your life. You're like, tell me any stories you have down in the comment section below. If you're ready, make sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter, link down in the description. But let's get into next top 5, which is actually a top 7. I'm probably a girl named Erica. She's 27 years old, and she's somehow still a completely total spoiled rich kid. Her parents give her $10,000 a month for her allowance, and on top of that, she has a Range Rover. She buys tons of crazy stuff, expensive jewelry. She thinks of herself as a princess and spends most of her money on her appearance. And I gotta say real quick, I don't mean to be that guy, but if you look up bimbo blonde dictionary, this is pretty much it.
I'm Erica. I definitely grew up wealthy and privileged. This is my tiara collection. I definitely think of myself as a princess. That's why I'm wearing my tiara, because it just helps me bring out my inner princess. My parents pay my rent. They give me an allowance. I spend most of my allowance maintaining my appearance.
You say it costs a minimum of 10 grand to be you?
A month, I think so.
Oh, come on, Mr. Phil. Taryn.
My daughter is not spoiled rotten. My daughter is spoiled right.
The estimated cost here to be about $40,000. Diamond earrings, $20,000 bucks. A diamond watch, $5,000 bucks. We're talking a total of $83,120 bucks.
This girl's an absolute perfect fit for this list. She's 12 years old and she's already a shopaholic. She tries to get money out of pretty much everyone. Her parents, her grandparents, and they all seem to be giving it to her, is what it looks like. But she asks them for hundreds, thousands of dollars, just an insane amount of money to buy clothes for her pageants, clothes in general, random toys, crazy shit. She just is a, I guess, addictive spender, I guess you could say. She's got Gucci clothes, Ralph Lauren, pretty much any expensive, overpriced clothing brand you can think of. And she'll just suck up to her parents until they give her more and more money over and over again. She actually brags in this video about how she does it, and it's actually kind of funny, but it's also really, really sad at the same time.
For 11-year-old Chase, it's all about her clothes. She likes all things pink and sparkly. She's a beauty pageant winner, including Essex Sweetheart, and she's a designer labelaholic.
I've got Ralph, Juicy, I think I got some Frenchies, but like Primark. You have to give me the same. Daddy, he goes, how much do you need? And then I'm just like, I'd like...
She reminds me of Veruca Salt.
It's higher and higher and higher.
I remember Friday was a pretty YouTuber named Bobby Listener who's recently blown up. And the reason that he's blown up is because he's basically been on pretty much every single commentary channel you can think of. And the reason for that is because he made a video called Life of a Billionaire's Son, because he's actually the literal son of a billionaire. So, I mean, he perfectly fits this list. The specific upload page went viral where he talked about what it's like to be the life of a billionaire's son. And basically he tries to talk about how he's not a spoiled rich kid, but only in doing so showed off completely and totally how he was a spoiled rich kid the entire time. Like, I'm not even shitting you. He tried to show off how he wasn't part of that stereotype, but every aspect of the video proved that he was part of that stereotype.
I was sent to the world's most elite boarding school called Millfield, a school attended by countless athletes, bankers, CEOs, politicians, royalty, millionaires, even the pop star, Ella Eyre. And then there was me, a delinquent, rebel, outsider, misfit. Both decided that on my 18th birthday, we needed to skip school and go to the south of France to party. When we go back, the whole school was talking about it, and I was asked to leave. When I first moved out here, I imagined my life to be like a movie. Girls sipping cocktails by the swimming pool, fast cars through the hills, the craziest parties. Guess what? Most of it came true.
There's been reports about a lot of rich kids trying to show off their shit because they got cool stuff. It's one of the only interesting things about them. This kid, he's no different whatsoever. He's at a beach with his friends.
Oh, I forgot. Did I even know about this?
By basically drifting in daddy's car, or at least what I assume is daddy's convertible. You know, daddy probably bought it for him. I'm gonna stop saying daddy. And this kid, he kind of overdid it, I guess you could say, and the turn went a little bit wrong. This little drift where he tried to show off. He made a costly mistake, and he burnt out and hit this fire hydrant and kind of trashed the car a little bit. Don't worry, their daddy will pay for it. The kids that were watching, his friends, though, they were laughing their asses off, though. They thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought you would. Yeah.
It's probably going to be the funniest one in this list, I'll tell you that for sure. It's one of the funniest things that I've seen in a while. This kid, he's talking to, I don't know, somebody about being on the naughty list. I guess this guy told him that he was on the naughty list and that he wasn't going to get Christmas presents or something like that because Santa put him on there. And he was not taking it well. He was pissed off about it. He said, there's no way I'm on the naughty list. And then he basically said that if he wasn't going to get any presents and he was on the naughty list, that Santa was going to get it. He basically physically threatened Santa. I gotta be honest though, before you watch this one, it's adorable. It's not like the other ones on this list where you're going to feel irritated. This one's just funny.
I am on a good list. If you keep saying that word again and again and again, I'm not on your list.
That's what you said to me. So you've got to start being a good boy.
I don't want to ask something.
No, you won't. Mate, what?
Remember too, usually on my channel and on my videos, I try to stay as far away from political stuff as possible. Like, I don't want to touch that shit with a 69-foot stick because, I just don't want to get close to it because people lose their shit over the smallest stuff when it comes to it. But this one is so far out there. It's like from a live TV view. It's so stupid that I don't think anybody's going to really have a problem with. This girl was on the news doing an interview about free college and something like that. It was a big thing back when, like, Bernie was running for president. But she was also talking about how she wanted to raise taxes on the top 1%, which is another big thing that was going on around then as well. The thing is, though, she said that she wanted to raise taxes on the top 1% to 90%, which, if anybody can think about that for a second, is like, what's the fucking point of working hard then?
Okay with that? Are some of your friends okay with that? Do some of them want to be successful themselves and they'd be happy when they get to a level, maybe over 200,000, 250,000, they start paying 90% of taxes on that? They'll be happy with that?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that
Keely, come on, you're talking to me here. Your friends are going to be happy getting to a point in their career when they can look outside and say, finally, I'm able to pay 90% in taxes.
Real quick, we got a bit of a bonus clip, I guess you could say. This one is actually from a movie, but whenever I think of spoiled kids, just entitled brats...
It's gonna be, Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
I've never used it for one of the previous parts of this series, I guess you could say. If you remember the girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the girl with the squirrel...
See, I knew it.
Definition of a spoiled brat. It's really the entire point of her character, but you'll get a kick out of it. Trust me, you'll love it.
All I've got at home is one pony and 2 dogs and 4 cats and 6 bunny rabbits and 2 parakeets and 2 canaries and a green parrot and a turtle and a silly old hamster.
I want a squirrel.
How much do you want for one of these squirrels? Name your price.
They're not for sale.
But they're not for sale.
In one of my older series, I actually included a video of this girl who freaked out when she got a car for her birthday.
Oh no, I only got a car,
She lost it.
Bruh.
A blue car instead of a red one, and her dad got her a red one, and it was like a pretty expensive car too. There's actually a part 2 to this video now that was apparently uploaded or something that I found. So I figured I'd include that on this list, where this girl actually gets the blue car, and then she decides that she's going to give away the red car pretty much. According to her, apparently her dad went out and bought the blue car, and she didn't want the red car anymore, and I guess they didn't take it back to the dealership, so they're just giving it away for like $10 just to some random person or something like that. You can see they have like a mansion in the background. I don't know if this is fake or not, or whatever. Kind of starting to seem a little bit fake, but here it is.
So pretty. I'm obsessed. It's the best car ever. I decided I'm gonna sell it on eBay for like $9.99. Like not like $9,099, like, and not like $9 million, you know what I mean? But like $9.99. And I'm gonna put it on eBay on like January 1st. So super good luck getting it, everybody.
Those are the clips that I have for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like on this video. If we rate 10,000 likes, that would be insanely awesome. I would appreciate that. Also, make sure to comment down below and tell which one of these clips is your favorite. Which one of these spoiled kids was the most spoiled one. Which one of these entitled brats pissed you off the most, made you the most angry, all that kind of stuff. And let me know if you have any spoiled kid stories. Oh, in the comment section. Maybe you know a spoiled kid came across one in a store, restaurant, something like that. Maybe you are that spoiled kid. Tell me any stories you have down in the comments. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter. Link down in the
I love Grand Admiral Thrawn from Star Wars Rebels. He's one of my favorite people in Star Wars. Like, they'll be the architects of their own destruction.
Very well. You shall have the 7th Fleet.
Thank you, Mortal.
There has never been any evidence of a larger scale galaxy-wide operation.
And I would like to keep it that way.
Admiral Constantine. Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Grand Admiral?
The Emperor recently promoted me after my victory at Batum. Taken separately, they...
Did someone put perfume on?
Is it me?
Yeah, I can smell it through the door.
No, just smell. Is it me?
Yeah, I can smell you. I can smell it through
I didn't put perfume on. I just took a shower.
I can smell it through the door.
Do I smell good?
Yeah. Well, I think I know why. Cause my wood, I think pine wood is porous, which means there's a lot of holes in. Oh my god! I bet there's a lot of holes. There's a lot of holes in my wood, so it gives the smell. Oh my god! I'm so sorry.
They seem unrelated, but Onaka's cellmate was a laborer at our starfighter reclamation plant in the Yarna system, one jump point away from the Sarita attack.
Grand Admiral Thrawn believes the rebels intend to raise the plant and steal fighters for their fleet.
Every ship they add to their arsenal increases a threat to our own armada and the Emperor's plans. I trust you have a solution. I will start my operations here and pull the rebels apart piece by piece of their own destruction. Update me on your progress, Governor.
You know, other like when usually when a mission fails, usually the high rankings will sentence the people to death or worse punishments. But Thrawn sees that everybody makes mistakes. He sees that everybody is not perfect, and he even is fine with letting the rebels get away. And he is very, very strategic. He is, I think, if I'm right, he's the first of his kind to contact humans. And he's the first, or should I say the only one of his kind, to join the Imperial forces.